All right, we got my man Solai back in the studio, back for my for our interview. Welcome back, Solai. Thank you for the interview. And how you doing today?
I'm good, and I appreciate this interview. This is actually one of my first interviews because this is actually my second year, uh, actually learning saxophone and performing. So this interview is going to be awesome. Nice to meet everyone out there. What's up?
All right, you want to give us your handle? I mean your
Yes, my info for social
yeah
media.
yeah.
All right, yeah. So you can find me on Instagram. That's Solsax2K, SOLSAX 2K, the number two, the letter K. You can find me on YouTube. That's Solsax, SOLSAX. And then the TikTok should be Solsax for you, number four, and the letter U. However they do that TikTok. Actually, I need to get more into using TikTok, believe it or not. But I'm really, really keen on Instagram and YouTube.
Wow. Okay, you got it, everybody. That's his info. Those were two beautiful songs. What was that? Amazing Grace and
Yeah, Amazing Grace was the intro,
yeah,
and the outro song is going to be, as you guys continue
yeah.
to watch this interview. At the end of the interview, you're going to hear me playing September. That's Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Wow, that were beautiful, both of them. Wow. So tell us, uh, so like, what inspired, what uh, got you to play sax? What piqued your interest in saxophone? Out of all instruments to play, you chose sax because, like, when I was a kid, I played piano. But what inspired you to play saxophone?
It's sexy, brother. It's sexy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Can
it's
you dig it?
you can play that sax too.
Appreciate it, man. This is my baby, and this is why my baby goes everywhere I go, and that's why it's right here, brother.
Oh, okay. And you also have another sax. What? Tell us about your two saxophones.
Cool. So this right here is an alto saxophone,
Uh,
which is the smaller one from this one on a basic level is a soprano, which kind of looks like a clarinet, but it's a saxophone and it's brass. This is the next one up from there, which is an alto saxophone, and then the next one up from there, which I also have, is a tenor sax, which is a little bit more bigger. This one mimics more of a woman's voice, can go a lot more higher. The soprano is like a really, really woman's voice, but the tenor kind of can mimic either a deeper voice woman, mid range, or a man's voice.
wow, look at you. I really like those songs. So uh, I want to ask you, say, someone that's interested in playing sax. You know, they say they want to play sax, um, an instrument. What is your advice for them getting started in playing a
Well,
sax or an instrument?
good question, actually.
Yeah.
I actually uh, got my chops on clarinet, and as I continue to be a street performer, because I performed a lot on the streets in tourist areas, a lot of people would come up to me that play sax, and they would always say they start out at clarinet, and most of us start out in school. I did 3 years, so you get the basic notes and which are actually important and how this all works.
Hmm.
So that's the biggest thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm checking out your sax on your neck.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about that. What does that represent?
Okay, so they can kind of see that a little bit better.
Yeah.
So as you see that, you see on my saxophone here, this is all alto like the one I have right now. That or no, this is tenor. This is the
Okay.
one up big, the other one I have actually. I actually have a necklace with the alto, the smaller one. I actually have an alto that goes on my necklace. And it's really interesting because I did it because I love sax. I
Wow.
didn't actually do it to be like, hey, I have a sax on my
Yeah.
necklace, but it's kind of turned into something beautiful.
Mm.
And it's a big time conversation piece on that's how I meet a
Yeah.
lot of people. But I do, if you don't mind, I want to explain on my sax. If I don't know if you can really get close up here. There's
Okay.
a kind of a picture of a Indian there, a Native American Indian on there, and the reason why I
Mm.
have that,
Okay.
yes, is because basically, you know, my family, through my family bloodline, we have Blackfoot Indian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and not only that, but
Uh,
Native American Indians, remind me of people
mm.
who, on a spiritual level, connect to the universe and music.
All right.
And I view music as a very spiritual thing, and it connects
Yeah,
people, right?
yeah. Music, it has effect on
Yeah,
people like no other,
yeah,
because they use a lot of musicians for a lot of great things,
yeah,
like Bob Marley and a lot of
yeah,
different musicians,
yeah,
to kind of like when things get crazy, they bring in a musician to, how could you say, mend it back together.
yeah, exactly.
And speaking of artists, do you have a favorite musician or artist?
Uh, Interesting you asked that. Really, I have like an old soul and a modern soul. I can actually
I'm
get,
feeling that.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's interesting. I just
Huh.
started to realize this more and more. I could get on all levels. I could literally get on little kids levels. I could on all ages, all the way to 80, 90-year olds.
All right.
Even music, expressing myself. I actually have all
Yeah.
levels. I like all music of
And I believe that's our audience on this channel.
wow.
Probably your channel too. Attract all ages,
I feel that
all
way.
colors, all genders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So I wanted to ask you, say like, what's your preference like venue? You like a small venue, a large venue? Do you see yourself in the future? You see yourself playing for a large audience, a small audience, a big venue, a small venue?
I like your question, man. I really like
Yeah.
your question. Um, I think that in the beginning, most people that play something like a saxophone
All right.
or a guitar, most are kind of like self-conscious
Okay.
and feel like people will judge them, so they prefer to start out uh, in a kind of small
Oh
venue.
yeah, yeah. Exactly.
And that's what
Yeah.
I did. Well,
Yeah.
I mostly,
Yeah.
like I said, I played as a street musician,
Uh-huh.
and that was like nerve wracking.
Yeah.
Like, even to get the guts to go out there,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
hard.
Yeah, they say that's people biggest fear to get in front of an audience. They
Yeah,
say that's everyone's biggest fear.
yeah.
So I can relate that to what you said.